Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and there is no better illustration that I've seen in a while for the way I've always viewed my purchasing of XRP all the way from 2013 to now. All we see is all these people whining about the price and all that, but if they really understood what all of this is and understood how early that we all are and understood that most of what we've seen has been just Wall Street market manipulation and all this, not the stuff that's really going to be used yet. Just about everything we've seen in the pre-regulatory time period has just been these Wall Street people knowing that they can manipulate the prices and make a lot of money while there's still this uncertainty, knowing that once there is the certainty and actual regulations and everything's actually in place, that's when only the ones that are where the utility are gonna win. And I believe a lot of these that have been pumped and dumped for the last 10 years will fall by the wayside then. And so yeah, it's like buying Manhattan real estate in the 1800s. I think that's the perfect illustration. Now, if you look here, just in Germany, government is now left with 22,800 Bitcoins. They're having to clean up on aisle 4 the Bitcoin mess is what they're having to do. And you have to wonder, speaking of manipulation, if they knew that a lot of these things, these chickens were going to come home to roost, the Mt. Gox Bitcoin that was going to have to be settled up. And you have to wonder if they didn't time these ETFs for this moment as well. Here is they continue to be reeling on Squawk Box because they have to tell everybody how great Bitcoin is every day.
Bitcoin coming off a nearly 10% down week. It fell on Friday as investors focused on a $9 billion payout from a collapsed cryptocurrency exchange. Joining us now, Andy Bear, CoinDesk Indices head of products. Is it that's part of it, you think, Andy?
That's definitely part of it. I mean, we care about two things. We care about adoption in the long term, but we have to look at flows in the short term. So 2024 has been a sort of a two-act play. The first quarter was really a strong uptrend. We unlocked so much demand with Bitcoin spot ETFs. No one wanted to get in front of that rally. The demand worked, the market structure worked, the ETFs worked flawlessly. In Q2, that rally just fizzled. We've kind of been wandering since then, but now it's all about the supply from Mt. Gox and from the governments that have seized Bitcoin.
How long will that last?
Well, the best news is it's finite, right? A lot of this is cleanup from 10-year-old problems. And, we spent a lot of 2023 cleaning up a lot of the dirty dishes from 2022. That was successful. So the best news is there's not enough positive flows to really overcome the supply that the market sees over the next couple of months. But it's finite, and once it's done, then we're free to go up from there.
I mean, you go back 15 years and you can see pullbacks like this, even much more significant than this, again and again and again, always just to see higher highs and higher lows.
Totally agree. The finiteness, and it just can't emphasize enough, this is taking care of old business. It's finite. This isn't stuff that we would expect to return in the future. So we are in a downtrend right now. Our trend indicators have been pointing down since mid-June. So investors who are looking short-term should look at the trends, and when they reestablish themselves, we'll be in better shape.
All right. And then I want you to hear just the first part of this so you can understand where all the Bitcoiners are coming from.
Well, first off, Josh, thank you for having me on the show. And I have to say, investors are still very excited about the Bitcoin ETF. Thank God we have the Bitcoin ETFs because it's been a brutal week of selling from the German government and
almost as if they planned the ETF.
Bankruptcy claims finally paying out after 10 years. And so those ETFs are actually absorbing a lot of the liquidity blow that's happening right now. So we're about 2/3 of the way through the German government just dumping their Bitcoin, and we're eager to see it conclude.
Why aren't they accumulating? Why would they be dumping is the question.
But I think that will wrap up probably next week.
What would you, David, when you look at the potential kind of near to intermediate term catalysts, what would you be looking for? Is it, a dovish Fed, a rate cut or two? Would that help?
I think there's probably two major catalysts that are driving the Bitcoin action right now. First off, we just had a Bitcoin halving that occurred in April. Historically, every Bitcoin halving has caused a supply shock with Bitcoin. And so these are kind of the precursors to what makes the price of Bitcoin dramatically rise over, the next 2 years. And so a lot of people in our industry are very eagerly watching that play out.
And make no mistake, the one thing I would say he's 1,000% right about is the next year or two, I believe for crypto is going to be really interesting and really positive partially because of that halving, but I think there's many other reasons that it'll be that way. Now, the Black Swan capitalist once again is spitting a lot of truth here. It's actually true, and you're correct. The Bitcoin is artificially inflated by stablecoin liquidity, which is pumps it higher every 4 years. We've done a very deep analysis by simply layering charts and primarily following the money. Anyone who looks will be able to see this is clear as day. This is not negative talk. This is fact-based on data and numbers. Enjoy the show, enjoy the ride, and make sure you have an exit strategy and a plan to cash out as Bitcoin rises to a new all-time high, because it will crash again as insiders and whales use retail peasant investors as liquidity. These guys are smart and they're right over the target. And you have to wonder if this guy's right. The Switch is Ripple's stable coin. It's got this thing from Joel Katz. I don't know if this is from Quora. What's it called? Is that what it's called? I don't know where this is from. But in November 2017, he says, the main limiting factor right now is everyone having enough confidence that the system is going to work correctly, that they're willing to flip the switch and let it make large irreversible payments without intervention. Well, look, if the Ripple stablecoin is regulated, which it is, and all of a sudden you only have 1 or 2 or 3 regulated stablecoins in the United States, and which means that financial institutions can actually use them, then there is all bets are off. There's no telling what'll happen. It might be not just flipping the switch, but flipping it and breaking the switch. It's so crazy with the liquidity. Well, the crypto propaganda machine is live and it is working overtime. They have now added Solana to their Bitcoin Ethereum sales pitch and pump and dump. And so now the CBOE is trying to go in, they're trying to get, they've asked the SEC to let asset managers VanEck and 21 Shares bring Solana-based exchange-traded funds to market. And of course, you've got Raoul Pal, who has absolutely no shame. If he smells cartoon monkeys, he smells money. And it doesn't matter if the blockchain goes down every other month, like Solana, that's irrelevant to him. Once Ethereum, they saw how they were able to ride Ethereum, and now they want to be able to ride Solana. And it doesn't matter to them whether it works. The only thing they want to work is the pump. And it's all BS. I can tell you that. Then now they're also wanting to pump the Ethereum ETFs. Bloomberg is on it. They're doing their propaganda crypto media job.
Uncertainty when it comes to the approval of Ether ETFs, like we had with spot Bitcoin ETFs, right?
Well, yeah, I mean that's right, because we already saw the 19B4.
We don't have to watch any more of this. You get the picture. They're going to go hard on the ETFs. Look what we have here. Major city commercial bank with assets 370 billion, loans of 129 billion has collapsed, shaking China's financial sector. These are people that are screaming for their money. That's not good. That kind of stuff can spill over quickly. Looks like Gary Gensler is losing more people. He has now lost Policy Director Heather Slavkin-Corzo. She's joining Mindset DC, a public policy firm. Gary just keeps on losing people because they know he's corrupt. And then they don't want to be affiliated anymore, it looks like. Nick Carter says official Republican Party platform on crypto couldn't really ask for anything more. In crypto crackdown, no CBDC, right to mine, right to self-custody, right to transact freely. Now, we're going to go into DAI XRP, and we're going to talk. We're going to talk about the petrodollar some, but we're also going to talk about what are these criminals doing to this country. It's intentional. What are they doing? What is the game plan? What has the plan been all along? You'll see it very clearly here, because it is a playbook, and it is the same bad guys like Gary Gensler. They're in bed with these people. It's the same people that have been running the criminality in crypto. Same people have been had an overall plan, in my opinion, to intentionally try to destroy the United States from within. And we're going to talk about it. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family. Here we go.